Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to a very special Rumble. This is a very special one. It's horror movies. That is right. Characters, basically. Could be good, could be evil. Doesn't matter, most of them are going to be bad. And we're kicking things off with John Carver from Thanksgiving. And I love this design. I just love this design. I love this character. It's a really good character. And yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun, this Rumble is. I will say this. 2K's having some issues. They're having some big issues. And maybe by the time you see this, they've corrected those issues. Because of 2K, Sam's not going to be in this Rumble. There's been multiple characters that are having problems with the images. And I'll tell you how bad Sam was. And there could be another one that I'm not aware of, so just beware. But I'll get to it in a second. We got Pamela Voorhees, the mother of Jason. So we're kicking things off, and we will have females in this also. We're going to have males and females in this Rumble. Probably not as much females as males, but we're still going to have at least like 5, 6, or 7, around that amount. And it made it easier getting a list together. Because usually I would throw Jeff the Killer, Mr. X, but instead, I'm just focusing on movies on this one. I will say this. So, the whole deal with Sam, how bad was it? And what is Pamela Voorhees doing? A little jig? Come on. But anyway, how bad was it? Well, let's just say the Lagatha face scan from Vikings. Lagatha from Vikings. Her picture was on his stomach. Like, what? How does that happen? I mean, what is wrong with Mr. 2K? What is wrong with you? I mean, come on. He had multiple pictures on him that had nothing to do with him. And number 3 is Hannibal Lecter. So, yes. So, unfortunately, Sam cannot be a part of this Rumble. Which is very unfortunate because I really like Sam. And don't be surprised if we see another bad one. I can't go through all of them. I can't go through them all. So, and we got 3 already in this Rumble. About to get another one here. And I went ahead and did the settings there to switch it to the ramp cut. But you're going to see a lot of Rumbles without that. Because I finally have figured it out. And Norman Bates is here from Psycho. So Norman Bates in the house. And yeah, like I said, we are having all kinds of issues with just a handful of characters. Bender was one. Who else was another one? Bender, Xenomorph, Sam I've had issues with. It's just a select few. And we got Frankenstein in the house. Frankenstein's monster is back. And I'm getting a stupid notification from OneDrive. I'm trying to do a Rumble, OneDrive. Okay, leave me alone. Don't make me get a restraining order on you, OneDrive. Leave me alone. Goodness gracious. I cannot. OneDrive just really ticks me off on the computer because they tried to save all my files on a drive, and it drives me nuts. And I know I have a short drive there, but it's just crazy. And we got Jason in the house, so Jason and his mother are sharing the ring together. Of course, I never knew in the first Friday the 13th. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it, that's your fault. That Jason's mother's the villain. That's crazy. I always thought it was Jason in the first movie, and it was just shot in, a first-person perspective. But no, it's Jason's mother is the. And then, of course, in the second one, he's got that goofy potato sack he's wearing over his head or something. And Freddy Krueger is here. So we got Freddy Krueger. So we got Jason and Freddy sharing the ring. Freddy going after Hannibal here. And we'll talk about some of these characters. We're going to have some characters we've never had before, which I'm excited, especially a couple female characters that I'm excited to put in this Rumble. Of course, we've had Pamela Voorhees countless times. But there is a couple that we've never had before, and I'm very excited to show you. And number 8 here, speaking of them, Cheryl is here from Evil Dead. That is Ash's sister. Ash's sister from Evil Dead. I am not a big fan of Evil Dead. I like the 2013 Evil Dead. I think that's a masterpiece. But all the other movies, besides Evil Dead Rise and the 2013 version, I'm not a big fan of. That is one of my biggest hot takes. It is one of my most controversial statements when it comes to this genre of films, is I just don't like the Evil Dead 2. I have tons of people disagree. A lot of people say it's one of the greatest of this genre, but I don't get it. I don't get it. A lot of people love the humor mixed with the scariness. I just don't get it. Maybe for its time it was great. It's just not one of my favorites. And we got Matt Cordell at number 9 from Maniac Cop. And Pamela Voorhees is done, so she's been eliminated. I don't think we've had a lot of eliminations so far. Yeah, I've seen the first Maniac Cop, and just not a big fan of that one either. For some reason, everything Bruce Campbell's in, besides, of course, he has a short little role in Spider-Man 1, but I just do not like, I don't like Ash vs. Evil Dead. I just, for some reason, and you know, it's just a me thing, because everybody else seems to like him. I've never seen Army of Darkness, but, yeah, I just have no desire to watch that movie either. I don't know. You know, nothing against the guy. It's just everything he's in I just don't like for some reason. Because I love the 2013 Evil Dead. It's in my top 20, I would say, of the horror genre. But anyway, got Norman Bates trying to figure out what he's going to do. We could have used Attire 2, but Attire 2 seemed to not be working either. That's another issue I've seen, which is not a big deal for me, but I could always switch the attires around, but I think I tried it with Colossus. It didn't work. And then with Norman Bates also, because he wears his mother's attire, which is crazy, because he's crazy. But anyway, number 10 is Jack Frost, and I've never seen this movie, and I have no desire to watch it. I just don't. It looks horrible. But he's a cool character. And of course they made a good version of Jack Frost with Bruce Willis. And of course they had, I don't know which one came first. I think the bad one was first. But the whole idea for a killer snowman is pretty pathetic, I think. I've never liked snowmen. I just don't like them. Whether they're friendly or mean, I just don't like them. But anyway, we got Jack Frost here just in case you all wanted to see him. It's a new one. Well, it's a new one for this year. We've had him before, but it's been a while. And it looks like Cheryl from Evil Dead is done. So she's been eliminated. And we got Frankenstein versus Jason. Got a lot of... I love doing this one. And like I said, I tried to do it before and Sam was all screwed up. So don't be surprised if we have another one. You know, I can't inspect them all, but his was really bad. When it had Lagatha, he had a Lagatha on his chest, which is very odd. It's like the images got all screwed up and went on other characters. That's just so weird. But of course, leave it up to Mr. 2K. I mean, he's just great at doing this. Every year, he's up to something. I miss the Mr. 2K19. That's who I miss. I miss him. I miss Mr. 2K19. Ever since 2K20, Mr. 2K has lost his mind and he belongs in Arkham Asylum. That's where he belongs. And I love that Styles, shout outs to him, made that character. And he came up with that idea, by the way, which at least I think he did. I think he makes the character, so I got to give him credit for that, and we'll explore that maybe. We'll see. And number 11 is Angela. DJ, you're going to love this one. Sleepaway Camp. A movie I've never seen, but I unfortunately have seen the ending. Unfortunately. And it is a pretty freaky ending. I'm not going to lie. But we got Angela here from Sleepaway Camp. I've never seen any of those movies. I've just seen the ending of the first movie, unfortunately, like I said. So I'm not going to get into too much detail about Angela's character. But, yeah. It's a very interesting character. Number 12 is Leatherface. So Leatherface is probably my favorite. I don't know. I mean, Art the Clown's pretty strong. I love Pinhead's design. I'm just not a fan of his movies. And Leatherface, same thing with the movies. A lot of his movies are horrible. I only like 2 or 3 of his whole entire franchise. I think most of his franchise is utter garbage. But the first movie is great. And it's a classic. And his design, just like Pinhead's, is amazing. So I do love how they look. I like their look. Of course, I like Freddy's look, too. I think he looks pretty menacing. But even though he's not one of my favorites at all. And number 13 is Reagan. Speaking of someone I do not like, but I think the movie is great. I think it's one of the best horror films. However, I do not enjoy watching it. Okay, so let's just say that. If I'm going for enjoyment, Train to Busan, Evil Dead 2013, of course, Child's Play, the first one, Friday the 13th Part 4, Halloween Part 4, the original Halloween. I mean, you just can't go wrong with those. Those are just turn your brain off and enjoy the show. Dead Snow would be another one. And 14 is Pinhead, and we got rid of Angela. So Angela is finished. And, yeah, she can go back to the locker room. So, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I do not want to ever... That ending is so... Oh, man. They did it well. I'll tell you. I heard that movie's not good either. Just the ending's good. And it scares people. Number 15 is Sky Riley. Now, this is her debut. We've never had Sky. Same thing with Angela. She is from Smile 2. Great performance. The actress that plays her does a great job. Not my favorite movie. That movie did get me a couple times. I'm not going to lie with the jump scares. I saw it in the theaters. And I have to admit, I was kind of a little bit nervous going into that. Because the first movie had some really good jump scares in it. And with the theater sound, it even made things worse. And number 16 is Three Fingers from the Wrong Turn movies. Yeah. I enjoyed the first film. I haven't seen the rest, so I can't really say, but I have really no desire past the first film. The first film's good. There's a part in that movie that really gets me too. All the time. I think it's when someone's hiding below a table and they drop the body next to him. That always gets me. Because, I can't time it right when I know it's coming. So, it's crazy. And Maria from High Tension. Yes. This is a surprise pick. Also. And, what is High Tension? Well, it's a French horror movie that came out in 2004 or 2005. At the time, when I was young, I heard about this movie, and it was the first time I've seen I didn't watch it, but because I didn't watch it until I was in my 20s, but it was the first time I saw an NC-17 rating on a movie. And I haven't seen it for a while. I don't think it's that bad compared to some of the other stuff I've seen. But, yeah, it's a pretty crazy movie. A lot of people, there's a certain part in the movie that really makes people not like the movie, and I can understand why. I'm not going to give it away, but I think the movie, I love the movie, but it really hurts the movie, that part. It really does. I'm not going to lie. I love the movie, though. I'm going to have to watch it again, because it's a very divisive movie. And it's something to do with the story. It has nothing to do with the gore or nothing. It's something to do with the story that, a lot of people do not like. But I don't want to give it away. But it's a real... I like the film. I'm probably going to watch it again Halloween time. And decide whether I love it or not. I like it as of right now. But I need to watch it again. I need to give it another chance. But it does have some great moments in it. It does have some great moments, but it also has that one particular moment that I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, Sky Riley is done, and looks like Jason got rid of Norman Bates. And look at Maria here going after Reagan, doing push-ups on Reagan. How cocky of Maria. She's one of the characters in High Tension. Yeah, but I remember back, when I was younger, I was like, when I saw that rating, because nothing was rated, to my knowledge, NC-17. And when I saw that, I was like, oh man, this must be a bad one. So, I think there's a version that's rated R, though. But I think to get an NC-17, it's a big deal. It's like, I know Terrifier doesn't get NC-17. It gets, not rated, because NC-17 makes it more controversial, and less people want to go see it. And if you put it as unrated, you can get more people in, I think. So, Three Fingers is done. But I prefer to have that NC-17 logo, because that makes you more. I think it drives more attention. It's like, oh my goodness, this is above R. So. Number 18 is Jigsaw. We got Jigsaw in the house from the Saw franchise. That's one that I'm surprised hasn't gotten an NC-17 rating. But I think they've done some cuts. Because, of course, there's the unrated version and then the regular version. So I think they did some cuts in the edit room to avoid that rating. Because, like I said, if you get that rating, you have to have an adult with you. You can't have... I don't think you can have an adult pay for the tickets and then let you go in. I think you have to have one with you, but I'm not for sure on that. Because, like I said, it's rare that they do that anymore. And we got Ash Williams at 19. We lost Leatherface. And we got Ash at 19. And it looks like Maria took down Jigsaw, which never does well in these Rumbles. And Jason going after Reagan. And Reagan's still in it. I really want Reagan gone. I really do. I do not like her. I do not like her. She's one of the most infamous characters in the horror genre. By far. And number 20 is Tiffany Valentine, the wife of Chucky. So, we got Reagan going after Jason now. And what a rumble this has been. And I apologize for not having Sam, and that kind of has me worried for the tournament, because if they can't do a basic correction on that, who knows what you're going to get with community creations. And I don't know what caused it. I don't know if it, because for an example, I downloaded Sam on two different accounts, I think. And he came out the same. So I don't know if it's something on my end or what. But it's definitely 2K's fault. And Mr. 2K should be written up. And we got David from Lost Boys. So excited to have him. There's a couple here that I was just pumped to have. David being one from the Lost Boys. Such a great character. And I do love that movie. It is one of the greatest vampire movies. I mean, we got an Interview with a Vampire is good. Lost Boys, of course, Underworld's more horror action. I do not have Selena in here, surprisingly. Number 22 is Arthur Shaw from the Black Phone. Ugh. Also known as The Grabber, which I think we need to stick to Arthur Shaw. I think that's a better name. It's less dorky. But we lost Reagan, so Reagan is done. And if you don't mind, in the comment section, make sure you tell me your favorite and your least favorite horror character that's in this Rumble. It's got to be in this Rumble. Because obviously, my least favorite, Mick Taylor, he just didn't get invited. Because I don't like him. And he's not welcomed at the Rumble. And neither, I'm not a big Annabelle fan either. I think Annabelle's overrated garbage. And a lot of people love Annabelle Creation. It's like, I don't understand it. You know, a lot of people don't like the first movie that they did with Annabelle. But a lot of people like Annabelle Creation. I think it's the second Annabelle movie, and then there might be a third one after. But I don't get the love for Creation. I think it's that one that everyone loves. And I like The Conjuring. And Pennywise is 23. The Dancing Clown. The Dancing Clown is here. Pennywise. The Dancing Clown. Yeah, he's kind of annoying. I'm not going to lie. He's not one of my favorites. He's more in the lower tier for me. He's like a C tier horror character. But anyway, yeah, a couple of these. Arthur Shaw's another one. You know, Ethan Hawke plays it good, but I mean that's got to. Oh, don't even get me started on all the issues I have with the Black Phone. Oh, thank you, Pinhead. Thank you. Even though a lot of your movies have a lot of issues. Basically, every movie past 5. And 4. 4 is pretty terrible, too. And we got Heart Eyes, or Heart Asterisks, whatever you want to call it. Because Mr. 2K apparently finds the word eyes offensive. Of course he does. Of course he does. Because, I mean, what word does that sound like? What word can you think of does eyes sound like? I mean, I get Doom. You can kind of switch a couple letters around. Not that, I mean, they say that in the game. I don't understand that. And then Bob, I guess you can add an extra letter maybe. But come on. Eyes? What's the logic here, Mr. 2K? What is the logic? What is your defense? What is your defense? And Candyman is here. I wish, Mr. 2K, I hope you go in the mirror and I hope you say Candyman 3 times. I hope you do. And he'll show you his logic. So anyway. And you know, I rewatched Candyman and I love, Tony Todd's great. Don't get me wrong. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. He's cool. He's a cool design. He's a cool backstory. But the movie is not my favorite. It's just not. And we got Minor Warden, which I've only seen the remake of My Bloody Valentine. I've never seen the original. And we lost Pinhead. So Minor Warden is here for My Bloody Valentine. And we got Hard Eyes too. I think Transylvania, who has been with me forever. Shout outs to that subscriber. He mentioned about that Hard Eyes and Minor Warden should be a tag team. I thought that was cool. And I do read, for the most part, I read all comments. I do. I don't always like them or respond, but I read almost every one. You know, if I have a video that, you know, does really well, sometimes those comments get hidden because so many people are commenting on it. But a lot of people, you know, I would appreciate if a lot more people commented and not just got on the chat. And I appreciate everyone on the chat too, but it really builds the video when you make comments, when you like it. That all helps. That all goes into the algorithm. So even if you say, I mean, I always get a response from Christopher. And he says, good video, keep it up. Something little like that. It really helps. It really does. So, if you guys want to do that, just go for it. You don't have to. But I think it helps. And Chucky is here. So we got Chucky and Tiffany fighting, which is actually normal. And Pennywise is done as Minor Warden takes him down. I love my Minor Warden. Harry Warden is awesome. Awesome character. Definitely another great design. Coal miner killer, which is a crazy idea, I think. And number 29 is Carrie. And yep, she's a victim of 2K. Look at her design. You've seen Carrie before. I believe she won a Rumble once. Look at her. Like, what in the world? She's got, like, it looks like there's other images on her. If you look closely, it's not as bad as Sam, because they took out Sam's whole face. At least you can tell it's kind of Carrie. But look at her dress. What is going on there? She's got images. 2K needs to wake up. Okay, 2K needs to wake up. She's got images of other scans on her dress. What is wrong with you, Mr. 2K? I mean, what is wrong with you? This is insane. What is that on her dress? You're supposed to have the blood from the movie, the pig's blood. Instead, she's got images. I don't know what the logic is here. I'll let this one slide because I can't keep redoing these. Sam was atrocious. I had to just turn the Rumble off. It was so bad. But I'll let this one slide. She got a fancy dress with faces on it or something. Or images on it. We'll just say that. She still looks like Carrie a little bit. So that's unfortunate. I hate to see that happen. Now I'm getting notifications from Steam. Leave me alone! Leave me alone. Why am I get a notification from OneDrive. I get a notification from Steam. Leave me alone. You guys aren't Norton. You're not the antivirus. Leave me alone. Norton never leaves me alone. It's constantly saying, well, these people are looking into information. Well, you need to do another update. Well, you need to do this. I finally got my own antivirus and said the heck with Norton. They drive me insane. But anyway, before I need high blood pressure medicine, let's get on with this Rumble. I'm getting a little bit worked up, and I shouldn't be. Because at least we still have a Rumble going. Even though we have a Carrie that makes absolutely no sense. But honestly, I'm not a big Carrie fan, so I'm not as offended as I would be with Sam. To tarnish Sam is a big mistake. And we got Ghostface here too, and Myers was 30. And he just took down Tiffany. So Tiffany's been eliminated, and now Candyman going after Myers. So we still got a few people. We got 5 people left in this Rumble. And I really don't want Carrie to win. So we'll see what happens. I wouldn't care if she came in correctly. But the fact that she's all messed up looking, it's like, what in the world? I mean, that's ridiculous. And Michael Myers eliminates Candyman. So Candyman has been eliminated. And now Ghostface and Hard Eyes are duking it out. I really enjoyed Hard Eyes. It's not my favorite movie of the year. At the time I'm doing this, I'm going to see a lot more movies, probably by the time you see this. But as of, this is in April, the 4th of April I'm doing this. As of the 4th of April, Novoking's my favorite. But, you know, March wasn't really a strong month for film. And April and May are going to have some juggernauts. So I'm sure Novoking's going to get dethroned. It's not like the greatest piece of art ever. So I can assure you that something's going to come along and dethrone it. It's not, and Hard Eyes was my second favorite. So I think Novaking's just a tad bit better. I think the Hard Eyes killer reveal is kind of weird. But other than that, I love the movie. But I really hate when I have a good horror movie and the killer reveal's terrible. It wasn't great. It was very predictable. It kind of threw me off a little bit, but I guessed who it was really. But I don't want to give it away. I'm going to just stop there because obviously, no, I'm going to just quit while I'm ahead. But anyway, we are down to 4. We got Hard Eyes, Michael Myers, Carrie, and Ghostface. And the other day I was, moving into my new place, and I have a Ghostface costume. So, if you hear about anyone, it could be me. I could be behind it. I could be Ghostface now. But honestly, I got a good deal on it, and I just bought it. But I keep it, but I have no use for it. I need to just get rid of it. But what's the point? I mean, if I ever go to a Halloween party, I can be Ghostface. But I would love to dress up as like Pinhead or Art. Those two are my favorite, so design-wise. So I would like to be one of those two. If I went to I always wanted to dress as Pinhead, but he was like so difficult because his mask was so high. They had this really high dollar mask of him that looks so realistic. And of course there's some really bad looking ones. It's really hard to do with the pins because you're either going to own it or it's going to look horrible. Because if they're rubber pins, it looks terrible. But they had like a mask where you put the pins in. So that was pretty awesome. And it was one of those, used to be a fancy Halloween shop before, I think it was called Magic Makers. That was before Halloween City, Spirit Halloween, all that stuff. There used to be a store long time ago. I don't know if it's still around, probably not. Used to have all these fancy masks. They look so realistic, but these masks were like $60, some of them. They're just crazy, outrageous prices. But we're down to 4. One of these 4 is going to take it. I don't know who it's going to be. But we're getting closer to the end here. And I'm doing a couple rumbles today. I got a couple planned. Carrie with the elimination. And now Hard Eyes and Ghostface. And Hard Eyes. Oh my goodness. So come on, Hard Eyes. You got to beat Carrie. You have to beat Carrie because she's working with Mr. 2K now. So she's abandoning her identity. And she's decided to put all these scans on her dress. Her face scan didn't come out, it looks like. It almost looks like we have Starlight from Teen Titans in a weird dress. So, I mean, it's acceptable. It's not as bad as Sam. And Xenomorph, they make him look horrible. They took all of his off after that guy did all that work. And I wonder if it's just his creation or because it's multiple, it's affecting, or maybe it's the image manager or something I'm doing. So, I still think it's ridiculous. I shouldn't have to go in. Once I download something, it should work fine. So, and Hard Eyes, yes! Yes, he got rid of Carrie. Thank you. Eat it, Mr. 2K. Eat it. How about that for you? And Hard Eyes wins. You may have censored his name, but he wins. But unfortunately, he is also too a degenerate because he's going to point at the WrestleMania sign, which he's not going. Do not point. Do not. You're not going to WrestleMania. Quit pointing at the sign. Hard Eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed it, though. It was a lot of fun. Great Rumble. Shame what happened to Carrie, but for the most part, it was good. The horror genre. Horror movies. Always good to see these. So we do this every year. And we'll probably do another set of the genre. Also, we might include games on the next one. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. And make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to drop a comment if you can. Help me out here. And we're going to keep these rumbles going because I love to do them. And I will see you all later. Thank you all for dropping by.